Hello, this is Holly Beatty, the Joyful Warrior. Today is December 12th, 12. This is the perfect day to start the process of the death arrow. I first learned about the death arrow ritual for the ending of the manifestation cycle from winter solstice back to winter solstice through Lynn Andrews' work and also the work of Sun Bear. Lynn Andrews wrote the book Medicine Woman. She's a beautiful shamaness and a teacher and has a lot of wonderful stories to share about her own process. And she has a lovely book out that's a workbook actually for working with the cycles and the seasons of manifestation. And the death arrow ritual and the active power ritual are two pearls that I learned from her years ago and have been using nearly 20 years now with great success and healing every year. So you can find it directly in those books if you like, but I have my own little spin on it, of course, having done it for so many years. And I weave into this work the work of Sun Bear, who wrote the book Dancing with the Wheel, which is a channeled work where he was able to receive from spirit a way to break the seasons up into four quadrants of the four directions with three equal moons in between. And beginning with the winter solstice, starting with the buffalo in a season of gratitude and going within, and then progressing into the season of the eagle with vision and planting seeds, and then the season of summer with the coyote, trickster medicine, which love always is, and then the fall that we're in right now, actually the ending of the fall season with the guardian bear. So the process really that I put together blends these two experiences that I found from other teachers, and then also brings in the element of the Rosicrucian path and the Essene alchemists, which is central to the Shaman in You training with me, having studied with Rudolf Steiner, which comes from that tradition, as did Christ. So it's a blending, really, the way that I approach this process of the death arrow. And instead of wrapping different color ribbons around a stick that we burn, which you can find on Lynn Andrews' work, what I do is we do a lot of the work more inwardly and then use roses actually as the death arrow because, well, first of all, it's just beauty. It's beauty and it represents something that's come to full fruition instead of something that is being tied and burned. The energy of it just perks up a little bit for me, this path. So the death arrow ritual is going to involve a lot of reflection, and I don't want to give too much this first day. I just want to paint a picture that this really is an ending, but it's also a beginning. So it's a beginning of a process of getting ready to bring your crystallized vision of what you want to manifest into form next year already. There's this wonderful story that I learned from a true alchemist named Ben Klochek is the son, Dennis Klochek is the father. They teach through the Rudolf Steiner school and also through a website called Soil and the Soul. So I'll speak more about them as well through my teachings. I love bringing in different wonderful masters and blending the work into, of course, my own tapestry along with what comes through me, I think that's how true artistry is found, and so I want to credit where some of this comes from. Dennis once told a story about trees and how in the time of the winter where the leaves are already gone, it seems right as though the tree is bare and that it lost something of its leaves, like a death happened. But really, the process of the leaving, the leaves falling, happens because inside of the tree, inside of the stems of the branches, there's already the forming of new dreams for new leaves that are going to be coming. So, what actually is happening is the process of the new dreaming leaves, which are formed as mounds that you could call buds inside of the branches of trees, actually pushes the leaves out, the old leaves out. So what we see on the surface is happening as sort of a decaying process or something dying, because what we see that was there is now resolving back into earth and recycling, is actually a process of sacrifice so that the new dreaming of the tree and its growth cycle can occur peacefully, peacefully, with one giving over to the next. And it is actually that dreaming and that building that is giving rise to the leaves falling. So that's actually the time where we're meeting right now. We're meeting in the time where the leaves are falling and the dream of something new is happening and quickening within us, but you can't see it yet. You can't see even the little buds and the nodules that are going to become something. You can't really even perceive that, but it's there. And so now is the time to ask ourselves, what have we learned the right to release? That's really Lynn's piece. She talks about the death arrow as being an opportunity to ask yourself, what have you earned the right to let go of? So oftentimes at New Year's, there's this focus on letting go of the old and making new resolutions, the burning of something on paper and then the sparking of something new, writing down new resolutions. That's simplistic. This is a little bit of a deeper process. When you look at what you've earned the right to let go of, it also asks you to reflect on what challenges that you've overcome, what processes that you began last year that you moved through, that you're now ready to have as a part of you that you can fully embody in your knowing. And so you don't need to repeat the lesson again. That's the key. That's the magic of the death arrow, the death arrowing process. When you raise up to creator and your higher self with consciousness that you've gone through something that has given you the right to let go, because now you know. That is the magic. That creates the magic. And then we begin to feel inwardly for the buds that want to emerge, that want to come forward, that want to be the children, really, if you will, from the last year, and maybe more, longer than that if we're processing for the first time. What of all of that we're not going to do again, we're not going to repeat the same cycles again, but what from that have we realized that we want to grow inside of ourselves and to bring to life more fully? And so this is really a time of great reflection where we just begin to think about this question. And that's what I want to leave you with today, is just the question of what have you earned the right to release, to leave behind, and to perhaps journal on that a little bit, or do a little bit of painting or coloring or walking in the woods, and let that question be with you overnight. Part of the Rudolf Steiner process is this process of sleeping on things, questions, actually, at least 3 nights in a row. So we're going to begin with working with this question 3 nights in a row with a simple deepening. And then 3 nights, after 3 nights, so 4 days from now, we'll begin the writing process. So for now, maybe imagine yourself as a tree and you're letting go of your leaves, and you want to ask yourself, what are they representing, and what have you earned the right to release? Okay. Well, I look forward to talking with you again tomorrow on this really simple but powerful journey of the death arrow, solstice ritual for getting ready for next year's cycle of empowerment, and for really gaining all of the wisdom and treasure that's wanted to come to you this year. Until next time.